step on the land. I've got your hand, and now we're way down, fade out. No, was it your plan? Can't understand. I love the air you bring, everything. Amid the sun, a fire is burning. You tell me to hold on tight. I wish that we could stay.
Yo, welcome everybody to episode 5 of TennoView. It's been a really fun time with you guys. We have interviewed 4 broadcasters on Warframe, and we've all been really great and really entertaining. So I'm looking forward to today's interview. It's a good friend of mine. His name is Zopney. You might have seen him around. He's the speed master in these parts as far as I know. He's a really good dude, and he has a lot of opinions, and I look forward to hearing from him today. Sir Zopney, how you doing today, man?
I'm alright. I'm busy.
Busy? What's been keeping you busy?
Next upcoming event.
You want to talk about that a little bit? Can you start it off with that?
So basically it's a 24-hour speedrunning event in Warframe.
Okay, and so what does that consist of for people who may not be familiar with what speedrunning is when it comes to Warframe?
Just complete a set objective really fast.
So like an independent mission or like quest lines, all of the above?
Pretty much all of the above. If you can do it, we can speedrun it essentially.
Okay.
The idea behind speedrunning though is defining the rules. And so that's what the website is, which is speedrun.com/WF.
Okay. And are you still accepting applications for anybody who might be interested in that? Or
Yep.
Yeah? All right.
The full registration just went live yesterday. If you need information on that, you would have to check it on my Twitter right now because we don't have a dedicated website. That's something that will be worked in the future, but for now it's on my Twitter.
Right on. Yeah, you guys can get his Twitter if you hit ! guest in chat. Follow him on Twitch and Twitter. So how long have you been streaming Warframe?
Since January.
And what made you decide to start streaming?
I was inspired by the attitude from the 70s.
Oh, from 70s, right on. And what made you just, like, besides his attitude, like, what about streaming attracted you to do it? Like, why did you want to start it?
Because I was taking a break from streaming because I used to be a Guild Wars 2 streamer.
Okay.
And but the community seemed a lot closer, more tight in Warframe, so I wanted to enjoy that.
Right on. And how's it been since you started in January? You been enjoying it?
It had its ups and downs, and currently I'm on a decline as I begin to exit out of the community.
So you are gonna stop playing Warframe?
No, I'm gonna stop being part of the Warframe community.
And why is that?
Because the amount of drama that this community actually has underlying on all levels. It's not apparent to a lot because they usually don't go looking for that, but then once you start knowing a lot of people, you start figuring out that there's a lot of shady people in the Warframe community.
Okay. So with that, like, the next question I was going to ask is, if there was one thing in the community that you could change, is that what you would say, or is there something else?
There's a problem with all aspects, whether it be the developers, whether it be the Warframe partners, whether it be the community itself. There's room for improvement on all sides.
Okay. Can you give, like, one example that you would put some time and effort into changing?
I would dismantle the entire partner program and rebuild it.
And why is that?
Because there's way too many partners, and on top of that, the way to get partnership can be exploited really easily.
So you would redefine the requirements, and what about responsibilities of partners? Do you think the partners are just, once they get it, they kind of just stop caring, or?
Then not only that, but like, there's no quality in being a partner. The community as a whole has lost faith in their partners anyways. Like, it's hard to say that here when you're in the directory itself,
Yeah.
but if you're not in the directory, then you'll see that there's a lot of like negativity towards content creators.
Why do you think that is?
It's just a matter of like how some content creators, it's the rotten apples essentially, who are very vocal and loud,
Yeah.
that have been causing issues for the longest time. And like I said, you don't really notice this unless you like spend time. I think the mistake I did was that I was delving too much into it. But like, you can ask any of the old partners that are no longer partners. They have reasons for leaving, and it's usually connected to either A, another partner, or B, the developers themselves. People are saying that D has a good track record. It's like, I don't see it. They put up a good front, but the underlying issue is, yeah.
Can you expand on that a little bit more? Because from my, like, as someone who's relatively new to this whole directory and community, I feel like D does a pretty good job compared to other developers that I played games for. Like, what do you mean?
Like, they cannot even answer the basic question of what is a Warframe partner. Like, what is it to them in their eyes?
Okay. Now, like, what do you mean by what that is? You mean, like, what are their responsibilities or what they're supposed to represent type thing?
Yeah.
Instead of just being some title that people get so they can get a glyph and day one access type thing?
Yep, that's pretty much all partners are. They don't give information to partners, they just give them stuff. And they're like, hey, have that. And I'm just like, okay, what is the goal of the partner?
Well, I have to say, from my experience so far, that's not necessarily true. We're not supposed to talk about what they tell us, but it's not necessarily nothing. It's definitely more communication than I've seen with, like, I came from Destiny, so for me this is like it's a completely new experience where Bungie doesn't really care about anybody unless they're making, they have 500 viewers or some shit. And so, I don't know.
But that puts up a standard that people can achieve towards.
But they don't paint it necessarily that way. It's more of an exposure type thing. How they can benefit each other.
Because the way the partner program is currently being run is the same way that Twitch affiliate's being run.
Okay.
Like, I don't understand what the hype is with Twitch affiliate. It's like, oh, I got Twitch affiliate. It's like, welcome to the club of everyone else.
So you wish it had a little bit more exclusivity to it.
Yeah, it's like, you get an affiliate. That's not the end of that's not the end goal. Now you want to try to go for partner.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree. But for me, like for someone like me, I was in the same kind of boat. I didn't really care about it. It's cool. It's a nice thing. It's fun, and it enables people to support the stream in another way. But as far as like for me, the only goal I've ever had on Twitch is just to make friends and have fun. So everything else is just bonus. So I understand that though. How some people use, like, they just want to make money on Twitch, and that's why they do it. That's why they stream. There's gonna be those people. I get that, and there's gonna be people who want to get Warframe partner just for whatever accolades that it might represent in the Twitch directory. You might get a couple more people that click your name because it says Warframe partner in your title. Like for me, I put it in there so people, if they need help, they know they can come here. But
that's the problem too. Is like, what? Like, you put Warframe partner in your title, and I go looking to you for help, and then you cannot answer something. I'm just like, what?
Well, like
why would I have to rely on your chat, sort of thing? Like, I understand if you don't know everything in the game. I get it. I understand that. But there's some basic mechanics in this game that, like, it like surprises me that Warframe partners do not understand what it is.
For example,
sorties.
They don't know what sorties are?
There's some that don't.
Oh. Well, that's that's shocking to me. Wow. But I mean, I understand that, and I kind of agree in a sense. Like for me, I know I don't know a lot of shit about this game because I've only been playing for a year, a little over a year, and there's so much to learn. But I'm actively trying to, so that way, I take it seriously. It may not be what is defined or whatever, but it's what it's defined as to me. Is I want.
Yeah, like I'm not expecting people to understand like how to do JV. Like you should be teaching JV. No, I'm not expecting that level, but I'm talking about like basic mechanics.
Okay. Like how mods work and all that stuff.
Yeah, like how to mod stuff yourself and stuff like that. I don't know. I've always been salty about the entire partner program. Once I saw this was an actual title by a Twitch streamer in the Warframe directory. Farming for Warframe partnership, day 2 out of 24.
Because you only have to have 24 streams or whatever.
You only need 24 days of streams. You need a minimum of 1,000 followers, and it was the second day streaming Warframe. So I was like, this is not okay. There's over 100 partners. 66 of them currently have glyphs at the moment.
It's wild. Okay, that is some insight. I mean, like I said, I'm still learning in the ropes and just kind of getting my feet wet.
Yeah, so that's why, and it's pretty much like, that's just with the partner program. Then you also have the drama that comes from the community as well too. And it's just too much drama on like all levels, from top down. It's too much drama, and so it's hard to associate with the drama when you're running a charity organization. So I'm pretty much like taking this as the last opportunity, and I'm exiting the Warframe community.
Well, that makes me sad to hear because I really enjoy your company. But you gotta do what you gotta do. It makes you happy.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm not going to like stop touching people. I'm not going to stop streaming. I'm just not going to stream Warframe anymore, and I'm not going to like get myself involved with the community.
You wouldn't be. So you're not going to be doing another charity event later this year in October or whatever.
I might be there, but I'm not going to have as big of a role as I used to
As you did
in these
at
last
that
2 events. Yeah. So, and for the next upcoming one. So, on to that. I'm also trying to. The thing with this charity organization I'm currently running is we're trying to make it so that it becomes a self-sufficient, multi-community platform for charity.
Okay.
And so what I'm currently doing is I'm loading up with as many people as possible at the moment. We got server people, we have art people, we have event mods and training and stuff like that. All of that, they're going to get trained up, they're going to get the exposure and the experience from this upcoming event so that they are prepared to be a self-sufficient machine come October.
Awesome.
I'm helping provide all the tools. We're looking at new technology. We're trying to get a rebrand again, and we're going to get the website going. We have an awesome web developer. So, like, I may be leaving, but I'm not going to leave this organization a failure.
Yeah. So are you going to be switching more towards the charity focus than speedrunning events after the next one? Or is that just still something you're going to be doing on the side?
I always, like, ever since I started streaming, like in Guild Wars 2, I was doing speedruns for dungeons. Before that, I was like on and off streaming League of Legends, but it was always done for charity. So streaming for charity, speedrunning for charity is always something I've been doing for the last couple of years.
And it's kind of I don't know how to word this question properly, I guess, but maybe why is it important for you to do that with charity? Why is charity so important to you?
Because when I first started streaming, I did not need cash. I had a stable job and stuff like that. Obviously, situations change over time. People are like more than wanting to support you and see improvement in the stream as well. So that's one of the reasons why I opened up GameWisp. And it's pretty much like I did not need the donations because I'm a gamer first before I'm a streamer.
Right on. That's cool.
Like, yeah, like I don't stream. I game, and I just stream on the side.
That's what's up. So you don't have a set stream schedule?
Well, I try to. Life has changed, but if I wanted to, I'll just drop streaming tomorrow if I wanted to.
Well, yeah. I mean, anybody can do
Married
that,
to
right?
streaming.
I just mean as far as people who might want to come watch your stream sometime.
Oh, I try to do Fridays through Mondays,
Okay.
but this schedule has been fluctuating because of real life issues.
Yeah, it's understandable. You got to handle life
Yep.
before any of this. Larry had a question. He was like, why leave if you are so passionate? Why not be part of an effort to change?
The reason why I want to leave is because it's really stressful to deal with all of this. You're dealing with kids that are stubborn, don't want to change, and developers like doesn't really want to work that closely with me, and so it's a lot of effort for minimal results. One of the big reasons why I'm not able to work with some of the developers is because I'm not a Warframe partner. Like, oh, or who's this Joe Schmo and stuff like that. I was like, really, I got branded because I'm not a Warframe partner. So like stuff like just those small little things add up over time. The way that they manage it and other stuff like that. So I've been trying for the last 6 months to try to put some sort of influence into it, and some people just don't budge. So, and that's just a reality. And I don't want to stress out over this game. I want to get back into doing like the core, which is speedrunning. I want to do more speedrunning. I just want to play games essentially.
I can understand that, man. Definitely. You want to have fun again.
Yeah.
If it's stressing you out. Like I get it.
Yeah, so like I'm just not having fun anymore. This isn't fun for me anymore.
And, I can relate to that on a level like that's pretty much what happened to me with Destiny. I streamed Destiny for a year. I made friends. I tried to grow a stream, but the only time I ever got people to come into the channel is when I did Trials Carries. I mean, I made my friends, don't get me wrong. I met some great fucking people in Destiny. But, they want to talk about supporting each other and all this, and it seems a lot of the time fake. Does that make sense? It's more about they want your view rather than your friendship.
Yeah.
And if you try to be friends with them, they're automatically assuming you're trying to take their views. And it's like, for me, I don't give a fuck how many people, what that little number says below my face, Like, I don't care. As long as I'm having fun and there's people to talk to, like, that's why I stream. If there's no one here to talk to, I wouldn't do it. But, and then once I stopped doing trials, I stopped getting people coming to hang out. So it was like, alright, well, this isn't fun for me anymore. I'm salty about this game. I'm salty about the people in this community, so I'm going to try another one, and I found Warframe, and for me, it's fresh. So, I get that. I get that. And I can respect that you want to do something with charity 100%. And if you're going to be doing something on that scale, you need to not be stressed. You need to have your mental wits about you and be able to handle that shit. And then when you play games, it needs to be fun. It needs to be your outlet. So I respect you, man, and my opinion is not going to change you. So, if I can help you in any way with that, you know where to find me. 100%. So you mentioned 70 as your influence to start streaming. Is there anybody else who influenced you to keep streaming, to use it as a tool to accomplish what you're trying to do?
No, not really. I mean, it's kind of hard to say, like, the goal is obviously streaming for charity, but I've been doing that since 2014, 2015.
Every time you fire up. Because that was one of the first things that, like, when I first met you and I came to your stream to check it out, the first thing I saw was that Extra Life thing. And I was like, oh, well, that's cool. You don't ever see that shit. And so, that's awesome, man. That's really cool. And let's see. So your channel, I'm just gonna surmise is about speedrunning and charity. What kind of atmosphere do you like to have in your chat?
I just like music, so my one and only mod, or official mod, likes to request a lot of relaxing music, and so that's what I like to do. Just play a game and chill to some music. A lot of people have said that whenever they come into my stream, that they end up falling asleep in it. And I was like, oh, I achieved something very special then.
Yeah. Nice relaxing environment. You don't always use a mic, correct?
Nope. Bonus streams, I'm rarely using a mic. Normal streams, I use mics though.
Okay.
But if you see bonus in my title, it's probably me without a mic.
Now, if anybody in chat has any questions for Zopney, feel free to put them in there. I've got a couple more questions on my list, but I definitely want to hear from you guys. There's a lot of interesting things said so far. Maybe a little bit of shocking to some of you, but he's honest, he's opinionated, and the thing I know about Zopney is that he doesn't just... Sometimes he has a impulse, but when he comes to making a decision, he puts in research, he thinks it through, and I mean, there's got to be truth to what he's saying. Cute. Is he bored with Warframe as a game?
I want to say I'm kind of burnt out, but not that burnt out.
Okay.
As long as I'm playing with people and we have a set goal or something like that, I don't mind doing it. But like personal play and stuff like that, it's pretty difficult because I already have pretty much everything in the game already up to this point until they release new content. So as long as people are...
So you'll still be playing when new stuff comes out, just won't be streaming it.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your favorite part about Warframe?
I like the variety of builds you can make per Warframe. Like for example, this Nova is actually a very tanky Nova because I chose it to be like that. So, and because of that, like every time...
Do you have right now?
For Nova, I have 9.
9 builds for Nova specifically.
Yep.
You have multiple Novas, right? For each build?
Yep, every Nova has a separate build.
That's pretty impressive. That's pretty awesome.
So like I like to play around with builds and stuff like that, and that's what keeps it nice and fresh. People say that it's a waste. I'm like, well, at least I'm having more fun than you are.
Yeah, like, you can't tell someone how to have their fun. If that's what you enjoy, fucking do it. Question for Zopney. What will you be playing away from Warframe?
Probably more speedruns. I've delved into Ori and the Blind Forest, so I want to get back into speedrunning that.
Okay.
The first game I speedrun was the Pokemon trading card game on Game Boy Color.
Awesome. So you'll just be playing a bunch of random games trying to speedrun?
Yeah, it's either speedrun or if it's an MMO, I'll just be doing that.
You like to play Final Fantasy 14, right?
Yeah, I'm burnt out of 14 though. So I think the next upcoming ones are Fortnite, Destiny 2, Anthem. Yeah, I'm gonna look into playing Destiny 2. I didn't play the first Destiny because when I first got it, I was like, oh, okay, I got Destiny. I didn't really like it. This was 3 days after it was released. And then I just never looked back at it. So played it for 4.5 hours and then just never went back. So, but I'm assuming that they learned from whatever the mistake was that didn't get me hooked the first time around. I'm pretty sure they corrected that in the second one. So I'm excited for that.
What was the mistake?
I don't know. I just didn't get hooked.
Okay.
I played the game 3 days after release for 4.5 hours. I was like, this game is boring. So I put it away, and I never looked at it again.
There you go. Well, hopefully Destiny 2 can provide some of that that you're looking for.
Yeah.
Switch wants to know, besides gaming, what do you enjoy? He said music, listening to music. What about making music, going outdoors, or reading comic books, etc.?
I like to work on like outside of like computers and stuff like that. I like to get down and dirty, so I like to do work on cars and stuff like that.
Oh, cool.
Anything that gets me oily or something like that.
Do you have a favorite car?
Not particularly. Like my prior job involved engine maintenance, so just working on any sort of engine is always fun to do, especially with other people.
My dad's worked on cars for years, so I always like working with him, so I get that. I get that 100%. Alright, man. Well, is there any question or something, anything you want to say to close this out?
Come check out the speedrun event next month.
Alright.
It's July 28th. It's called Tenno Without Borders. It'll be a 24-hour speedrunning event for Doctors Without Borders.
Right on. I definitely will be there for that. And if you guys want to get involved with that, make sure you check out his Twitter. Check on that link that he has pinned to his profile. Right? It's pinned, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's been.
Alright. And make sure you guys check him out. He is very, he has his own opinions. Don't judge him for that. They may not be something that you like to hear. But I definitely sometimes am like, what the fuck got me? But then, you know, I listen to him and it makes sense. He's a good dude. He has a great heart. He's a really fucking good guy underneath all the salt. And I love him. So if you guys would do me a favor, follow him on Twitter, follow him on Twitch, go check him out and support him in his quest to be the next great non-profit organization helping people out. Oh, I have a question before I go. You say you're working on a charity, right? Like you're starting a charity organization type thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is there going to be a specific charity you guys help out, or is it going to be multiple rotating type thing? Like
It's gonna be rotating.
Okay.
Like, the idea was put forward by Slapstick Logic. But what essentially is gonna happen is like we'll do like 3 or 4 events a year. Kind of like was it Playing Without Fire or whatever, that stream team.
Okay.
But I told Slap, like I challenged Slap, was like, look, how are you going to do this without a stream team though? Because like I'm all for including people who aren't, you know, like part of the scene or whatever. I.e., the last event, like I had a good quarter of the people that was involved were not even Warframe partners, and a lot of them were actually underneath the requirements for Warframe partner. So having a stream team, I feel like will be too exclusive, because like, oh, the only ones that's going to be on here are the Playing with Fire members or whatever.
Yeah.
Not saying anything bad against Playing with Fire. It's just I have a different way of a different thought process.
You kind of
on
want to
how
have like
to-
a solid core, but be able to include other people as well.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and Slap wants to make it a multi-community thing, which I'm all for. Is like, I support DE and what they do with Warframe and stuff like that, but I also want to explore other communities as well and bind them together, kind of in the same way like during Guardian Con, where essentially Destiny and Warframe came together for about 4 hours.
Yeah.
That's what I would like to see more of.
Awesome. That's awesome. Well, man, I appreciate you joining me and taking the time out of your busy ass schedule while you get all that shit set up to talk to me for a little bit.
Yeah, no problem.
I will be, you know, around and talk to you later. I'm gonna wrap this up, and I'll tag you when it's up online if you want.
Sure.
All right, dude. Thanks again. I love you, Zopney. Just so you know.
Yeah.
Big fan. I'm a big fan. All right, guys. That was Zopney. If you guys are watching on YouTube and you liked what you heard, if you have any comments about what Zopney might have said, make sure you leave it in the comments below. If you're watching this on Twitch or jump in the Discord, let me know if you want to talk about it. I like it. It's good stuff. It's controversial. It gets you thinking, and it keeps your eyes open. This has been episode number 5 of TennoView. If you are a Warframe broadcaster or YouTuber, and you want to get involved in this community and making it a better place for all of us, hit me up in Discord, find me on Twitter, subscribe to the YouTube. Until next time, guys, this is TennoView. Have a great day.